You know it's going to be a good inspection when you pull up and the project manager's out front and he's waiting for you and he says, well, Jordan, I don't even know why the clients are doing a home inspection. This is the worst that I have ever seen in my career. Wait until you see this.
If you're not careful, your dream home could turn into a financial trap, just like the homes we're about to see in today's inspections. So I need you to brace yourself for this first inspection. This one is bad.
I walked down into this basement. I just want you guys to know how much I am looking forward. Like, I'm always sketched out when I have to step on these stairs. So I came in here, and the first thing that I saw was all this vapor barrier hanging down. But look what happens when they do this. Water gets trapped inside that vapor barrier, and it just starts to wreak havoc with it. Because this is them trying to solve the moisture intrusion problem the wrong way. But this gets way worse. Saw this mold under here, and that's not good. But wait until you see this. Oh my God. Look at this mold. Oh, that ain't even the worst spot. It gets even worse. Yep, we came over here. There you go. That is the worst mold that I have ever seen.
So am I the only one who felt like they were about to throw up watching that? That was really hard to watch. And I'm honestly speechless because this is what happens when a home is completely neglected over time. And mold isn't just ugly. It can actually cause some serious health issues when it gets this bad. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if this property has been sitting vacant for a very long time. And the rest of the video was more of the same, but I didn't want to put y'all through all that. That was enough. And that was rough, but I think I know exactly what this house needs. A bulldozer. And this is why home inspections matter, because issues like this aren't always obvious until it's too late. What do you think though? Do you think this home should be demolished, or would you actually try to save it? A lot of people think flipped homes are move-in ready, but that's not always the case.
Unfortunately, I'm on one of the first flips I've seen in quite a while. Looks good, right? But this is obviously an illegal addition. I'd show you outside, but this was built below grade, so that's going to be fun when it rains heavy. In our garage, to this water heater that red tagged, corroded to hell, not functional because the gas is not even turned on here. But this is the part I wanted to show you, actually. So this is ready to move in according to the flippers. It's our furnace. No gas line. No exhaust vent. AC is not hooked up. As a matter of fact, there's no condenser unit outside. Inside there is a whole bunch of rodent droppings, damage, and then up in the attic, this is all our ductwork. This is a disaster. No two ways about it.
Maybe it's just me, but I think they left the HVAC and furnace like that because they expected the homeowner to just rely on something like firewood to stay warm. And for those who don't know, the HVAC system basically heats and cools your home. So if that's not working properly, that is a major issue. And trust me, I've experienced it. And this is the problem with some flipped homes. They look good on the surface, but underneath, corners are being cut. Sometimes it's because they're trying to save money, and sometimes it's because they ran out of money before finishing the job properly. And in situations like this, the buyer is the one who ends up paying for it. So whether that's repairs, replacements, or even both. And this is exactly why you should never skip a home inspection, even if it's a flipped home or new construction. Because once you close on that house, those problems become your responsibility. But do you think there's ever a good reason to skip a home inspection? I would love to hear your thoughts. And this clip right here is why attention to detail matters during home inspection.
This house was brand new, not lived in, scheduled to close in a few days. But when I inspected the roof, I found multiple problems. lifted ridge shingles, creased valley flashing, missing step flashing at the wall, ceiling exposed where flashing should have been installed properly, the construction debris left on the roof. There was even shingle damage from workers walking across the roof during construction. Now here's the part most buyers don't realize. Most builders never physically inspect the roof themselves. The roofer installs it and the builder takes their word that everything is correct.
How's it look? All right.
Even some third-party inspectors hired by the builders don't actually get on the roof. But the roof is the most important water barrier on the house. If it's wrong, water eventually wins.
Message.
That's why new construction inspections matter, because sometimes the first person who really checks the roof is the buyer's inspector.
Now, this is what I call attention to detail from the inspector and a complete lack of attention to detail from the people who did the work. And roof issues aren't small. If something is installed wrong, you could be dealing with leaks, water damage, and lots of expensive repairs down the line. And in school, we were all taught to check our work before turning it in. I guess they did not apply that lesson here. And I actually liked how he reenacted the builder just taking the roofer's word for it, because if that's what's happening in some cases, that is a big problem, because at the end of the day, nobody is double checking the work. And that's how these kind of issues slip through. I see no other reason how they could slip through. This is also why you can't just assume everything was done right, even if it's a brand new home. Have you ever dealt with roof issues before, or do you know someone who has? I would love to hear about that experience. This next one right here should never happen on a new build. But first, if you're trying to make smarter real estate decisions and avoid situations like the ones we see today, make sure you subscribe to this channel.
That wouldn't happen if it was done right. Gosh, it's crazy. Oh my gosh. I barely bushed. Eagle Eye here on Goodyear. I know I show this quite offhandedly. The flimsy stucco issue. Oh, like I almost feel bad that like all I did was just like you go to feel it and my hand just went right through the wall. So like, like that's how flimsy it is. I feel that can't be my fault. That can't be. Okay. But it's a new build. What could possibly go wrong?
So the first thing that came to mind when I saw him pushing on that stucco is that this looks like a gingerbread house. My wife and I actually made a gingerbread house a few years ago, and I'm not gonna lie, I ate most of it. But anyway, look at his reaction. You can tell that he's just in disbelief at what he's seeing right here. And what's actually happening here is the stucco is literally breaking apart, which should never happen on a properly built home. And if you don't know, stucco is supposed to be a hard protective layer on the outside of the house. It shouldn't just fall apart like this. So I'm thinking to myself, how does something like this even happen? Were they applying the stucco with their eyes closed? Because at this point, I don't know how else you explain a job this bad. It does not seem that difficult. I mean, what kind of workers do you think builders are hiring right now? Because I'm confused. So maybe you can enlighten me. All right, I need you to give me your honest thoughts on this next clip.
So I had a conversation with the twins on the phone, and they was talking about how the builder for these houses basically said that if you get an inspection, third-party inspection, they're going to have to put code behind everything they find, or else we're not going to fix it. Well, the interesting thing is this is not a code inspection. They already had that. This is a performance inspection. Yeah. I guess we need some code to put on here. So talk about that crack right there. Otherwise, they're not gonna fix it. Ain't no code related to it, right? Yeah, we got to put code on this too. Big old crack in the driveway, or else they not gonna fix it. Oh yeah, then all this standing water, that's not a problem. That would have been one of them papers on the reports that, oh, that's it. Everything's all good. It's all good. Everything is all good. I mean, that's what the paperwork said. That's why they got out there. We done checked it.
So earlier in the video, he showed paperwork from the builder basically saying everything is fine, which almost makes it seem like you don't need an inspection. But then it gets worse. The builder told him they won't fix anything found by a third-party inspector unless it's a code violation. And to go a little bit deeper on that point, a code violation basically means something that doesn't meet the minimum legal building standards, but that does not mean that it was necessarily done correctly. And that's a huge red flag, because just because something is not a code violation doesn't mean it won't cause problems later, and that it was done the way it should have been. And this is a fair warning to anyone thinking about buying a new build. I'm not saying whether you should or should not, but you should understand the builder's policies all across the board before you move forward. Because if they have rules like this, you could possibly end up stuck fixing lots of issues on your own. So definitely understand the paperwork. And as you can see throughout the inspection, there are multiple issues, which tells you everything you need to know about the quality of the work. But would you buy from a builder who had this kind of policy? This next one is exactly why timing matters when it comes to inspections.
Custom builder. Let me show you what we're looking at.
Okay, all my years of doing inspections, I really never seen it quite this bad. Like if this was flesh, that would be the white meat. Yeah, the white meat showing. So even the sheathing around the individual wires, and you see that one is damaged too, all the way to the white meat.
New construction. Yeah, it's new. I think you can tell. That ain't right.
He said it would be the white meat, and I'm not gonna lie, that almost took me out. That was hilarious. But all jokes aside though, this is exactly why I always recommend getting inspections during different phases of a new build. Because what you're seeing here is exposed electrical wiring that's already been damaged. And that is a serious issue, obviously. And so the first thing that came to my mind is, did they damage the wires intentionally after installing them? Did they think that'd be funny? I just don't understand. Because if no one catches this at this stage and the walls go up, now it's hidden. And once it's behind the walls, you'd have no idea there's even a problem until something goes wrong. And this is why I strongly suggest getting multiple inspections during your new construction process, because it'll give you an opportunity to catch potential issues before they get covered up. However, do you think it's worth paying for multiple inspections when building a home? I would love to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you think. So this is what could potentially happen when a project manager of a new build doesn't think an inspection is necessary.
Have a look at this sewer line. They got it marked with red ribbon, and if you still can't find it, it sticks out of the ground 3 feet. This sewer cleanout sticks out of the ground 3 feet, and this one, the cap is installed upside down. Oopsies. Oops. Hey, just in case 2 sewer cleanouts isn't enough, let's add 1 more. Hey, looks like the street sign was ran over. Clean up aisle 4. Clean up aisle 6. Can I get a clean up on aisle 7? Here we got 3 openings at the garage door. 1 for the spiders, 1 for the snakes, and 1 for the mice. Just a little loose. Let's get this brick repaired. This guy right here is decorative, but when you look on the other side and you look a little closer, you see how some of that soffit got damaged? Here's the door to the back. Does it usually swing out? Huh.
The fact that he was able to shake the kitchen island like that is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm wondering if they just slid it on and used some tape and hope for the best. Because how do you not check something like that before calling the job done? If it's complicated, you're paid to figure out how to do it. And with all that trash laying around, are these people actually working or just showing up, going through the motions and hanging out? Because I'm confused. Because what we're seeing here is a pattern. Things not getting tight and not being secure secure, not being checked, the faucets, the shower heads, and so on and so forth. And this is the bigger issue. It's not just one mistake, it's a lack of attention to detail across the entire home. So this next clip includes something people might never even think to check.
You in a new construction home and your water bill is high as hell. Why? New construction home. Let's see why. Let's see if we can figure this out. See this all the time. What does this mean? Water just coming out there means you got a leak, right? So basically this little meter here is calculating the gallons of water that's being used by the house because this water goes to the house. This is leaking. So even though there's no water being used, this meter is just calculating water gallons per minute. All right. Now, your bill is sky high. And what you would have spent on me, I would have saved you a lot more if I would have caught this. So protect your investment, book your inspection. Gosh.
So even in a brand new home, you could still have a problem like this. And what he's showing is if your water meter is still moving when everything is turned off, that's a sign that there's a leak somewhere. And that leak might not necessarily be obvious. It could be underground or it could even be behind the walls. And the scary part is you might not even notice it until your water bill is sky high. And that is one of the problems that can quietly cost you money every single month. And if there's one thing all these inspections should show you, is that just because a home looks good on the surface doesn't mean everything underneath was done right. We saw mold, HVAC issues, roof problems, bad exterior work, exposed wiring, loose fixtures, and even hidden leaks that can cost you money every single month. And the reality is most of these issues could have been caught early or avoided completely with the right inspection or the work actually being done correctly. Because once you close on a home, these are all your problems now. So whether you're buying a new construction home or something that's been around for many years, you have to do your due diligence and protect yourself. Always. It's always worth the money. Now that you know about the importance of home inspections, I want you to learn about how to avoid unaffordable mortgage payments. Check out this video right here.